All right, hopefully YouTube doesn't crash on me this time. For some reason, I was streaming before and then it said that my stream ended because they detected copyright music in the background. Like, there wasn't any music in the background, so I don't know what could have been copyrighted, but we're back. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't be stupid this time. So, I'm gonna go back and finish this other brow. Fingers crossed that it stays on this time. All right, now since eyebrows kind of suck, so I just have a pointy Q-tip and I put some of the Clearasil micellar water on it. And I just go around the edges and clean up whatever isn't in a straight line to make the brows pretend that they're sharp. And there. I mean, the camera doesn't really make it look like there's a big difference, but if you're looking up close and in person, there is hell of a difference. It's the Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Primer because I'm trying to use it up. I love it, and it's just really good. And yeah, Amanda, YouTube doesn't know what music is. They're dumb. So I really only need 1.5 pumps, and I just put it on with my hands. And I feel like this primer really does completely even out the skin tone, and it lasts a really long time. So it's maybe a little bit pricey, but it lasts a while. And I'm going to use the MAC Water Weight SPF foundation in the shade NW13 because it's sunny out and I'm trying to, like, not ruin my skin. So SPF, and it has like a dropper. So I just drop everywhere. And it's very buildable too. And then I'm going to use the damp beauty blender that I wet before I started this and pat it into my skin. Make sure you're actually patting and not like painting, otherwise it's not going to come out in the same way. And if you pat it into your skin instead of like roll it too, it'll make it look more like your actual skin and not cakey or anything, and that's always what you want. You don't want to look like you have a cake face. And on your eyes too. So I honestly feel like one layer of foundation is good for today. I did put decent amount, so I'm gonna go to concealer and I'm gonna show you guys a tip that I heard from my friend for concealer. I've been trying it out and honestly I really do like it. So gotta put it under your eyes like you normally would. Down the center of your nose, your chin, forehead. This is the Morphe concealer in the shade C115. So first, blend down the center of your face with the damp beauty blender. And then what she said to do instead of blending out the under eyes right away is to wait till it's like pretty much almost dry and then go in and blend it out, and it's going to prevent creasing and not make it look like really brightening and at first and like not super cakey. And at first I thought that would make it look more cakey, but I've been trying it out and I really honestly think it works really well. So I'm going to do my eyes while I'm waiting for the concealer to dry underneath my eyes. So again, like I used in the last stream, I'm going to be using the James Charles palette because whether you like him or not, it's a good palette. So that's that. And I'm just going to start by using the very top left shade to just fully set the foundation that's on my eyes and use that as an eye primer. And you really don't need a lot. The less you use, the less fallout you get. And a lot of people think if they just use more at first, it's going to make their lives easier, but in most cases that's not the case. You're just making things harder for yourself. So just do a little at a time and just be patient with it. So this is Dan. He's amazing. So he's gonna stop calling me Jenny now, right? Right, Dan? And then I'm going to use this shade right here in a little blending brush, putting a little bit on the brush, patting it off, and I'm just gonna put that into and above the crease. And it's okay if it gets a little bit lower too because it's makeup and you can fix it. Then I'm going to use that same brush before I used, and I'm just going to soften the edges so it doesn't look super harsh because like I said, this is going to be a very simple everyday-ish but full coverage look because with I have all the time in the world, so yeah. So you can do full coverage and every day at the same time. So now you can keep it like this but I'm a little bit extra, and I'm gonna put a slightly darker shade, very slight, into the crease and then blend it out. So I'm just gonna look for the right brush. But I have kind of like too many, so it's impossible. So I'm using an even smaller blending brush than before, and I'm gonna take this brown shade here, pick up a very little bit, and then just put it into the outer corner in circular motions. And then the same thing on the other side. I'm actually going to pull it in all the way to the inner corner, but in the crease still. Then go with the original, not original, but the brush we used to put the first color in the crease. Just soften it out. Again, it looks better in person than it does in the camera. All right, Dan, why Jesus? That's my question to you. Why does she want Jesus instead? Then I'm also kind of extra, and I can't go out without glitter or any sort of shimmer. So I'm gonna take a packing brush, and I'm gonna take this shade right here and just dig into it. And I'm going to use the Morphe setting spray on the brush. So the glitter is more pigmented. I'm going to put that on the lid. And the same on the other side. Jesus is cool. Yes. And what brushes do I recommend for beginners? Honestly, you can go to the drugstore and they have elf brushes. They're really cheap, and brushes are brushes. You don't need super expensive brushes, but I'm pretty sure if you want something a little bit more high end, James Charles has the mini brush set, and I really do like his really big brush set. So I'm sure the mini brush set would work too. Um, for foundation, I like a brush like this. It's very dense and stipply. You can use for primer, foundation, concealer, and beauty blender, a sponge. You don't even need an actual beauty blender, just like a makeup wedge from like CVS. You can use those too. That's what we used in like beauty school to do makeup, because it's also kind of sanitary, and you don't need a lot of brushes. Like when I was in beauty school, we had to do like an entire eye look with a brush like this, and you're like, how does that possible? But you can work with it. Um, I feel like for doing like blush and bronzer, I feel like you can use a brush like this for both. For highlighter, for a beginner, you don't necessarily need a brush. I use um, my fingers a lot of the time too. And for eyeshadow, you don't necessarily need a brush depending on what you're doing. Like I've used my fingers before. Um, can use a brush like this, an angled one for eyeliner and your eyebrows. I recommend just getting a cheap brush set from like the drugstore if you're trying to work with what you have and learn before going out and buying a bunch of expensive things too. I feel like that's like the best off the top of my head thing that I have right now. So, what was I doing? I was putting glitter on, shimmer. Now I'm extra and I like a wing. Yes, don't go out and buy them now. That's kind of, the stores are also closed. So, like I said, I'm extra and I like a wing, but you don't need one. I'm just like I said, I'm a kind of extra. Another thing with makeup, like it doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of the times, like if it's messed up, you're the only one who notices it's messed up. Like if you're like, I can't do my wings evenly, neither can I. I just like no pun intended, but I just wing it. And if they're not even, they're not even. A lot of the times, no one really knows, anyways, except for you. So now that the concealer has been sitting, I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and I'm going to start by blending out the edges first. And there you have it. I used to be terrible at makeup too. Like I look back at old pictures where I thought it was hot shit and I was like, "Oh my god, you look disgusting." All right, so now that the concealer is all blended in, I'm going to set my under eyes cuz I'm extra and I'm doing extra stuff with this Too Faced banana cream powder cuz there's like a little bit of a yellow tint to it. And a lot of the times your under eyes, because of like dark circles, have a purpley blue tint. And even though the foundation concealer kind of covers that up for the most part, the yellow tint in the powder is gonna extra cancel that out. But you don't have to be all extra. You can just use like one powder to set everything. And I'm setting it with patting motion so it looks blended into the skin and it looks like your skin. And not like you just put a pound of powder on your face because that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. And if you think you're bad at makeup, now is the perfect time to practice with what you have because most people have all the time in the world right now to do whatever around their house. So why not practice doing your makeup? So now that my under eyes are set, I'm going to take the Urban Decay De-Slick mattifying powder with a dense-ish powder brush and putting that everywhere else. I just hit pan on this powder. I feel so accomplished. Love you, Kyle. Extra beautiful. That's because I have 7 pounds of makeup on my face. I'm going to take this brush from before and dip it, this one little dip in the original crease shade, and I'm going to drag it on the lower lash line. 7 pounds is very accurate. I'm gonna go step on the scale and prove it to you that I just gained 7 pounds. And I'm not going back to Splish Splash this year. I want to, but I can't because I'm working at a salon and I'm gonna be going to school part-time 3 days a week. So I really just on my free time anyways, because I'm not gonna have any free time. So I've only ever curled my lashes once in my life, and that was the other day. So I'm gonna try and do it again because why not? I'm not good at it. I feel like I'm going to rip my eyelashes out. I don't have any tips for doing that because I don't know what I'm doing. I should because I'm a licensed makeup artist and we went through a whole day of lashes, but I don't know what I'm doing. What's up, Will? Now I'm going to be putting on some mascara. I'm using the Smashbox Superfan Fanned Out Mascara. Mascara on. And yes, dog. She's very loud. She's a vicious pit bull. I'm gonna get Lola. Lola, come here. The internet wants to see you. You shy? You camera shy? Good luck with your editing, Will. You got this. And also, Dan, kind of fuck you. But just kidding. All right, now for being extra, some more lashes. Because lashes make every single difference when it comes to doing makeup. First, you have to learn to open the lash glue because that's the hardest part sometimes. Got it. My issue with lashes is I can't do this one for the life of me, but this one I can do no problem. So I'm gonna start with the hard lash, and then do the one that's easy. I'm like out of lash glue, so that's gonna be fun. I need more lash glue. Barely get any of this shit out. Okay, see if I can do this. I hate when it's stuck to the tweezer. Lash 1 on. Lashes honestly take a lot of practice. It took me so long to figure out how to do false lashes, but like once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. And like as long as you're cleaning them after you wear them and getting all the glue off and making sure that they are keeping the shape, they can last you a very long time. Dan, keep talking. I need entertainment, please. Lash 2 on. And again, in the camera, you really can't tell, but it makes a big difference, and I love it. I'm going to go back again with the mascara to kind of blend my real lashes with the fake lashes together. And ignore the fact that I got a drop on my nose. But I'll clean that off after it's dry. When you get like mascara onto your eyes after you did it, or like on your nose, you have to wait till it dries in order to clean it off. Otherwise, you're just gonna smudge it. So trust me on that one. So now I'm a blank, colorless face, so I need bronzer. So I'm gonna use this brush, swirl it in this almost complete, almost done used Bare Minerals bronzer. Make a fishy face. I'm gonna need to blend that out a lot. Then you could always use the powder brush from before to blend out the edges. There, you're bronzed. When you put the bronzer on, you want to make sure it's above your cheekbone and don't like actually put it past here. And when you're blending it, then you can blend it past there. Because if you mess up like I kind of did and bring it too close to your mouth, it just don't look that good. But it's nothing that a little bit of blending with your powder brush can't fix. And highlighter, I like using a fluffy brush like this to do my highlighter. I feel like it makes it look more flawless and like skin. And that's kind of what you're looking for. You don't want to make it look like you're wearing 7 pounds of makeup. And with the highlighter, you gotta do it above the cheekbone, the high points of your face. The bronzer and the darker shades are gonna pull you in, and the highlighter is gonna push out. Didn't just drop highlighter. Was it me? She's okay. And this is the Too Faced Candlelight Glow Highlighter. It's got 2 different sides. I just like to swirl it all together. So normally I would put the waterline eyeliner before, but I wasn't really planning on doing anything in the waterline, but now I'm kind of feeling like it, so I'm gonna use a Smashbox Always On Gel eyeliner. And put it in the waterline and a little bit on the tight line. But not all the way to the inner corner, so it makes my inner eyes look a little bit more open, make my eyes look bigger. So now I'm going to take the NARS Orgasm Blush and like a standard blush brush, just tap it. You know, Kyle, you should do your girlfriend's makeup like an absolute professional. I'd like to see you try. So you can't really tell, but now there's blush. And for my lips, I'm wearing a lot of chapstick right now. So in order to make the lipstick stay longer, I'm just going to take a tissue and kind of wipe off the extra chapstick. I'm going to use this Buxom lip liner in the shade Hush Hush and line my lips. And I'm just going to line it. I'm just going to completely fill them in. And a trick for doing lip liner is go like this. And it should be like not bumpy and it should be completely like straight, and that's how you know you did it the right way. So I think I did pretty good. And let me get lipstick. I'm gonna use the Kylie lipstick liquid lip in the shade Cocoa K. Okay, there we have the lipstick. All what's left really is to fix the eyebrows. So, because sometimes stuff like the foundation, concealer, eyeshadow can get on it. So just take the spoolie and just brush them through. Clean them right up. I'm going to take some of the shimmer shades I use on the eyes on this little pencil brush and highlight my brow bone. I'm going to take the Morphe Setting Mist. Spray that all over to set my face. And wait for it to dry. I'm going to take my hair back down. And this is the finished everyday full coverage quarantine makeup look. And I want to give one more tip to you guys for cleaning your makeup brushes, because you really should be cleaning them after you use them, just so you being using the next time it's a cleaner application and no like contamination. You don't need fancy brush cleaner, all right? Use like 99 or 91% rubbing alcohol. Pour it into a little container like this, and then just, I'm not gonna do it right now, but just all you gotta do is just dip really quickly your brush, and then take either a towel, tissue, paper towel, and just rub it in, and it'll clean, disinfect your brushes. And the higher percent alcohol it is, the sooner the brush is gonna dry, because when it's like 99, it's 99% alcohol, 1% water. So the less water it is, the less time it takes to dry, and your brushes are clean. And honestly, like, your brushes won't smell like alcohol after. Or at least maybe I'm just so used to it that I don't think they smell like rubbing alcohol. But it's cheap and it cleans your brushes efficiently and really quickly and dries so much faster. You can just use them right after you clean them. Thought maybe someone would benefit from that. So, that was the whole thing. Um, Probably gonna end this right here so I can clean up the mess around me. Thank you guys for watching. If you were watching from the very beginning, thank you to you guys. I'm probably going to be doing more of these because quarantine kind of sucks and it's boring and I need something to do. So definitely gonna be some more live streams, more makeup, more whatever you guys want. And I'll see you soon in another video because, like I said, quarantine is very boring. So I'm going to be filming a lot of videos for you guys. So, bye.